Kyle, you've played in some win-or-go-home games in your career. Just how would you describe the feeling today and just the mentality of going into a game like this?
I mean, obviously, it's the most important game of the year so far. We got to win it to continue going on. So that's what we're focused on today. And we got a really good team we're going up against, but we just got to be better than them today.
When you do have that kind of experience, is there anything you can draw on a day like this?
Just kind of rely on everything that's gotten you to this point. Just kind of grind through the at-bats, try and keep it moving down the line 1 through 9, play good defense and pitching like we have, and just try and grind it down and try and score some more runs than they do.
Go to Andy, third row on the right.
Kyle, where do you feel like your swing is at, especially just given the time that you missed with the injury and then having a few at-bats before the season and here in the postseason?
It feels good. I mean, barreled up the ball yesterday. First at bat, just got an out, and then last at bat got a hit there. But overall, I feel pretty good. I mean, just trying to barrel up some more pitches today, and keep it moving down the line.
Go to Maddie in the front.
Kyle, you've gotten to experience the atmosphere here all year, but with it being the postseason and even with the uncertainty of where you'll be next year, how are you kind of absorbing and taking this all in?
It's been great. I mean, every game during the regular season has kind of felt like how it is the last 2 games. So, I mean, our fans come out and support us and kind of make it feel like a playoff game every single day. So, it's pretty important for us to go out there and play well and do well on behalf of the fans and try and get another win today. So it's been exciting this year, and they've been supporting us all year, and they've continued that so far in the playoffs.
Go to Paul, third row in the middle.
Do you talk to PCA or any the younger players about your experience? And I'm sure you've had some struggles in the postseason before and gotten through it. And what do you say?
I mean, sometimes it's just baseball. Things happen, but you just try and come back the next day and do better. But I mean, we have a really talented team. I mean, Pete's a phenomenal player, and he's been phenomenal for us all year. So I mean, I have the most confidence in him along with everyone else. So you just kind of move on to your next at bat, move on to the next play, and keep it going.
Elise.
What can you say about this Padres staff and what it'll take today to have success, and also kind of adding in there the different time of day and what the shadows could be like at the start of the game?
I mean, we'll see how it is later on tonight, but I mean, they have a really good pitching staff. I mean, they've done a phenomenal job last 2 days just executing stuff, but on the flip side of that, we got to do a better job at controlling the strike zone, barreling out pitches, and just grinding the at bats out, and kind of putting some more pressure on them. So we'll just try and continue that today and just see how it goes.
Maddie.
We've asked you guys a lot throughout the year about kind of your resilience in the regular season. What elements of that can carry through to the postseason, I guess, if any?
I mean, some. I mean, we compete all year from spring training till now to get to this point and try and continue it on through the World Series. So, I mean, we've had pretty much the same groups all year long, and we're having each other's backs, whether we have good days or bad days. We just got to try and grind through them and try and come out with a win regardless. So we're gonna try and do that again today and keep it going on.
Megan.
You were on the other side of the field when Tyone made his last postseason start. Just how do you describe what it's been like watching what he did the last 6 weeks of the regular season and just the expectation of knowing he's on the mound for you guys today?
Yeah, he's been great for us. He was down, I think, twice this year on the IL, but when he was healthy, he was phenomenal for us. I mean, he goes out there and competes, gives us a lot of innings, and gives us chances to win the game. So, he's a phenomenal person and player, and he's going to do his best out there, I'm sure.
Elise.
Just from your experience, what does it take in these games, whether we're talking about, like we talked about, say, like the approach at hitting, or just like that mental side of it? Like, what makes someone come out on the winning side?
You just got to focus on, the job at task and at hand. Just, whenever it's your at-bat, just prepare for that at-bat and try and grind through it, and you don't have to do too much. Just try and keep it moving down the line, whether you can take your walks or take a single or hit by pitch or whatever it is to move runners over or get on base. I mean, doesn't really matter how you do as more so the fact that you're helping out the team, whether it's guy in second, no outs, you're just getting over to third no matter what. Things like that matter a lot more in the playoffs here. Every run counts a lot more. Every 90 feet counts. I mean, you just try and do your best to take advantage of those opportunities.
Megan.
How's the calf feeling? Craig made it sound like might still be working through it a smidge and just trying to get pregame reps in the outfield.
Yeah, I mean, it's getting there. I mean, I feel pretty good. So, I mean, I'm just, no matter what, I mean, I got to go out there and play and perform regardless. So, I feel pretty good. I'm just trying to take my bats and, go as hard as I can.
Anything else for Kyle? Take one more with Patrick in the back left.
Kyle, you've talked a lot about the atmosphere at Wrigley Field. I was just curious, after a full year playing at Wrigley, could you explain just the challenge of hitting here as a left-hander, seeing kind of what the offensive environment has been for most of this year?
I mean, it kind of depends on the days, really the wind. But, I mean, regardless of that, the other team's playing with the same factors, too. So you just got to go out there, try and square up the ball and hit it on the barrel and try and drive some runs in or get on base. So, some days it's a little bit easier than others. But, both sides are still playing with it. So you just got to go up there and do your best with it.
All right, Kyle, thanks for coming in. Good luck today.
Cool. Thanks.
Pete, just how would you describe how you're feeling right now and what awaits you guys this afternoon?
I mean, I'm ready to go win a ball game. I think it's nice that the focus can be so simple today. That's really all that's on my mind, though. So, getting ready for 408.
Maddie.
You've been so open about kind of your offensive struggles in the second half. Is there anything that you are pulling from that experience and lessons from that carrying it into the postseason?
I mean, the bat's the hardest part of this game. But I think the one thing I never have any trouble with is just showing up. So, I mean, the days that were hard to get in the cage and trust the process and everything, I think those are probably the days that I remember right now. Just relying on my ability to show up and do the necessary work just to get me ready to play 9 innings.
Elise.
What do you anticipate the shadows will be like in the outfield at the start of this game?
I mean, home plate area is darker. I feel like at that time of the day, but the shadows in the outfield aren't much of an issue. I feel like for me, I mean, the sun's probably going to be in a tricky place for Seiya at the start of this game, but I think outfield wise it'll be just fine.
Megan.
Tyone has been rolling the last 6 weeks. How would you just describe what it's like playing behind him and what it's like when you see him in such a groove?
I mean, JMO always keeps us involved. He's I love his presence on the mound. But I think like I've beat a dead horse with JMO, Matty Boyd, and Colin Ray and Kate. Like the quality starts we get out of our starters are awesome. So I mean, when JMO's rolling, it's great. It's like I said, it's easy to stay involved when he's on the mound. He's a pro. He's a vet. I love watching him go out there and do his thing. So it's definitely a blessing that we get to have him for this game, and I'm just ready to go play some D behind him for sure.
Come to Jordan on the right.
We've seen when Tucker's in the lineup the impact he can have on kind of the whole group, kind of that trickle down. Just what has he meant to the offense throughout this season, not just production-wise, but kind of that impact on the whole lineup?
Yeah, I mean, it just adds depth. I mean, when Kyle's been in the lineup, I mean, it adds another left-handed bat. You get to throw that in the top of the order. But talking about professional baseball player, like he's a pro too. I think you're going to get a good at bat out of him every time he goes up there, and I just think the opportunities he creates just by being in the lineup is big, and then, yeah, I mean, I just think it has a lot of depth and chance to our lineup.
Come back to Maddie.
When you reference all we have to do is win today, like how do you describe maybe the mental clarity that provides?
I mean, that's what we feel every game. I don't know. I can't speak for everybody else, but I mean, I think that's just how we go out and approach. We've approached the year as a whole. Yeah, I love our team because there's no ego. I think everybody's just. I think they're so good at keeping the main thing, and I mean, everybody knows what the job is. So however we get that done doesn't have to be pretty. A win is a win in this scenario, and that's all we're going to be looking to do the rest of the playoffs.
I know that council has talked about kind of letting the moment take you there as opposed to trying to put yourself there alone. Like, what is it like hearing that kind of message from him and then going out there and getting a chance to try to put that into practice?
I mean, I just think that I trust what he says and what he brings to the table in a playoff setting. He's been very successful there, and I mean he's led us very well this year. So, I mean, it's exciting getting the opportunity to go play a baseball game at Wrigley Field any chance you get. But yeah, I just think hearing that from Counts, I think that there's just a whole lot of trust that I feel after anything he wants to, after any little bit of wisdom he wants to give us pertaining to playoff baseball. And yeah, I just think it's nice to be able to go out and play 9 every day. And no, I'm following his lead, and what he says goes, really. I mean, yeah, like I said, the success he's had in the playoffs speaks for itself, and obviously he's had good ball clubs before, and I think he has another one here. And yeah, I mean, Counts is one of the most perfect people to have in this situation.
Megan.
After you guys clinched, you talked about how much you were looking forward to seeing a Wrigley playoff atmosphere. Just what has been the last 2 days and what likely will be today, the environment you've experienced, and just what it's like when you have the ballpark living and dying with every pitch like that?
Yeah, I mean, I would say the energy is what stands out the most about the last 2 games. There's always such a cool buzz when we play here, but I think it definitely feels a little bit bigger. I think the energy's at a 10 from pitch 1 or even from our pregame. Like, it's so cool. But yeah, I mean, it's an opportunity we get to feed off of our crowd. So when you got 40,000 pulling in your direction, I think that's always fun. I mean, we owe more playoff baseball to this fan base for sure, and hopefully we just use that energy today to our advantage.
Go Elise and then Tony.
When it comes to Dansby and Seiya, just to see the way Seiya has been hitting and Dansby, it's like give two opposite players where Dansby had the experience in these situations, leader. Seiya's experiencing his first postseason like you. Just what's it like playing with those guys in these types of games?
Yeah, I mean, we all know Seiya can hit. I think what stood out to me the most about the last 2 days with Seiya is how he's held right field down. And I think when he's been called upon to play right field, it's been so good this year from him, and I think he's gotten so much better as an outfielder in general. I feel like the confidence I see from him and how we interact pitch to pitch, it just shows me that he's gotten more comfortable. I definitely think getting to know your fellow outfielder is important. And I think as me and Seiya have gotten to know each other a little bit better and how we play and how we can both go get it, I think it's taken it to a whole nother level. So Seiya, I mean, having Seiya in right, it's nice. I mean, gives Tuck more time to get his calf right, and I mean, it's a good person in right field to have, but I mean, yeah, his bat's one of the more impressive bats I've ever seen in my life, and it's really cool to watch him hit. But yeah, I think sneaky. It's definitely what he's done in right field that's, I think, been super impactful. And then Dan's playoff history also speaks for itself, and I think you guys all know how highly viewed we all kind of see him as a leader, or how highly we view him as a leader. I think Dan's has great presence for days like yesterday when, you know, we all want to go end the series in 2, and being able to kind of bring us back down to earth and point out the obvious, which is that we knew it wasn't going to be easy. So just having him as a guy to lean on, I think in situations like this, him and JT and Carlos, Tuck, like guys who just done it before, I think is such a nice part of a playoff team is the experience. And Dansby, Dansby is that guy, and he is who we need leading this team too from a player standpoint. So having both those guys is great, and I think that just that gives us our best chance to go out and win playoff baseball games.
We'll finish up with Tony on the right.
Pete, I know there was a lot of conversations with Craig or some of the vets in the room about playoff baseball, and I'm just curious, how does it kind of stack up now that you've been through it with maybe what you were expecting or what you thought it might be to experience playoff baseball?
I mean, I had no expectations. I wanted to kind of treat it treat it exactly like what it was. I had no clue what I'm getting into, but I mean, playoff baseball is kind of everything I wanted it to be. Wrigley's amazing. I think it's the best place to be able to play in these kind of games. Yeah, I think Wrigley does baseball justice when it comes to these kind of games. So, I don't know. I mean, I think that's kind of the whole point. Is like you don't know what you're going to get with playoff baseball, which is probably why it counts as saying, you know, let the game take you to the next level. It's like you can't be out here forcing anything. I don't know. I mean, playoff baseball is, so far, it's everything I want it to be. It's exciting stuff. So, yeah, today is just it's another opportunity to experience it, but it's an opportunity to extend our run, more of it.
Question for Craig. Start with Megan.
Craig, just how would you describe the feeling right now, you know, a few hours before a winner go-home game?
Yeah, I mean, I think from a player's perspective, I think you always just want to get the game started. Once the game starts, it's business as usual. But yeah, I mean, I think that's how you describe it. It's win or go home, and that makes everything pretty clear. You do everything you possibly can, but it's also a fun day, and I think everybody works really hard to get themselves in games like this and moments like this and atmospheres like this, and that's nerves, yeah, of course, but that's how you enjoy it. Is you worked hard really to put yourself in an environment like this, which is pretty special.
Maddie?
It's been pretty obvious the impact Seiya has had with his bat, but Pete was just in here raving about his defense. Like, how do you describe the growth that you've seen from Seiya this year on that front, and just kind of like the confidence and poise he's brought the last few days?
Yeah, look, Seiya's, he's had a great week. That's the bottom line. I mean, that's the curious thing about baseball, right? Like, about 3 weeks ago, Seiya was really struggling. And he's put it together, and he's got himself in a really good spot. And it's something we need. We're going to need more guys to hopefully get in that spot. But he's swinging the bat really well. Oh, defensively? Yeah, I mean, I think Seiya's been a little always underrated as an outfielder. and really our situation is, we've just had a situation where we've just had really good defenders in the outfield, and so last year with Cody and this year with Tuck. So it's not it feels like it's saying something about Seiya's defense, but it's just, we're just going to try to play the best guy, and sometimes we've had some really good defenders out there.
Andy, third row on the right.
Craig, what have you liked about Jamison, or what have you seen out of Jamison Ty in the last few weeks with how he's been going, and what do you like about him going today for you guys?
Well, I mean, I think you're confident in, like, J-Mo's going to do him, and he's really good at that. He's really good at sticking to the things that make him have success, which is really good strike throwing ability, the ability to throw any pitch at any time, controlling situations, with kind of mentally controlling situations to be able to make next pitch, any count, and you combine all those things, and it leads to a lot of success. So I'm happy J-Mo's got the ball, taking the ball, and we know he's going to be prepared for the moment.
A few more for Craig. Elise.
Pete was saying in games and situations like this, like you're the perfect guy to have in charge. I'm curious, just from your experience playing in games like this, managing, what you kind of draw on just to be a steady presence. I know it's part of your personality, but it's probably not easy either.
No, I mean, I think, like, for all the players, you acknowledge your feelings, you acknowledge how you're feeling. It's okay. But I also know from playing that when you get in the game, like, it all normalizes once the game starts. So all the feelings you're having before the game, like, just enjoy them and enjoy the nerves, enjoy the excitement, and, like, lean into it. When the game starts, you're in compete mode, and you'll get in this kind of, like, you get tunnel vision about what's going on, and you about focusing on your job, and then afterwards you look up and you win, and you probably, like, I wish I would have remembered more of what happened today, but you're so locked into what you're supposed to do, you're just trying to do your job.
We go straight back on the right side.
Craig, what's your favorite part about managing in a postseason game like this?
Yeah, I mean, I think the game is different. I think that's the biggest part. Is that it's just we think about the game differently, and then to get to play in this atmosphere, I think, is the best part about it too. These are the atmospheres you dream about being a part of, and so, like I said before, you work so hard to get into atmospheres and environments and moments like this, and look, the experiences that we're getting to live out are the best experiences you can have, and they're the ones that require a lot of work and a lot of commitment, and a lot of focus, and a lot of success to get to this point.
Maddie, and then Megan.
This group has really established themselves in the regular season as, like, a very quick bounce back type of group. Does that carry over to the postseason, or are there elements that carry over, or are they two just completely separate things?
Yeah, I mean, look, this team, we've responded. If you win 93 games, we won 92 games, you've responded a lot during the season. And you've responded after losses pretty darn well during the season. And I think that if you've reached this level that you're part of this game, and in this game, you know how to respond to failure, or you know how to respond to disappointment, probably is a better word. So no concerns of that. And it's just, this is one game. Like, kind of what happened yesterday and the day before are kind of out the window. And we gotta beat them today. It's 9 innings and trying to figure out who's the better team today.
You kind of touch on this briefly, and just through your own playing experience. I mean, you have quite a few guys who obviously have postseason experience, have elimination game experience. How much, if at all, can that be helpful in a situation like this, or is every situation just so independent, unique, that the carryover might not be there?
Well, I don't know if this game is any different from a player's perspective. I'm not sure that this game is different from like for the new guys. I'm not sure it's different than game one. It's you're walking into absolutely the same environment. What would a player do differently in game one than game three? You can tell me, but I don't know. I don't know what it would be. You're going to have the same emotions. You're going to have the same feelings. Like I said, you're blessed by the environment you get to play in, and that creates all the good stuff and the fun stuff.